Hey guys, what's going on? This is Bog Guy here, and let's get ready for my Star Wars review. Right, guys, I'm gonna show you this nice slideshow since it's not just a boring and stale video. Alright, guys, let's get started. Of course, just before we start, I have to warn you guys who haven't seen the movie, this is going to be a spoiler-filled review, so do not watch it if you do not want to be spoiled. Alright, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's get started. So, for those of you who went to see the movie but forgot the opening crawl, I'm going to read it for you, and I'm pretty sure the entire population of my viewers watching the video right now have forgotten the opening crawl, so I'm going to read it. Here we go. Luke Skywalker has vanished. In his absence, the sinister First Order has risen from the ashes of the Empire and will not rest until Luke Skywalker, the last Jedi, has been destroyed. With the support of the Republic, this is a new Republic, General Leia Organa leads a brave resistance. She is desperate to find her brother Luke and gain his help in restoring peace and justice to the galaxy. Leia has sent her most daring pilot on a secret mission to Jakku, where an old ally has discovered a clue to Luke's whereabouts. Alright guys, so basically, if you guys haven't remembered, the first sequence is on Jakku, of course, with Poe Dameron, a pilot. He's a daring pilot that was mentioned in the crawl. So yeah, he gets sent by Leia to meet Lord Santeca. So basically, Lord Santeca has found this clue, and he put it in BB-8, who's Poe's droid. So basically, I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but it's a map to Luke. It's a piece of a map to Luke Skywalker. So yeah, basically, the stormtroopers find out, and they go to the planet's surface, and they shoot up the entire village. And Lord Santeca is killed by this guy, Kylo Ren himself. Kylo was amazing, guys. This whole entire sequence was amazing. Poe, BB-8, all characters were amazing. But my favorite part of this opening thing was when Kylo Ren stopped Poe's laser bolt in midair. That was an amazing scene. It was just awesome. It shows how much the Force has evolved over these last 30 years. It's just wonderful. Love this new use of the Force. So basically, after this opening sequence, in case you didn't remember, Poe, of course, gets captured. So he gets transported up to the Star Destroyer, which is orbiting Jakku. On the Star Destroyer, he's interrogated by Kylo Ren. And once again, I love this scene because it shows how much the use of the Force has evolved. It's just amazing. So, Finn was one of the stormtroopers who set the village on fire and killed all the villagers. So basically, Finn, he's got nothing left to fight for. He wants to get out. So he enlists Poe to help him escape. He said, "Okay, man, if you help me get out of here, I'll help you get out of here." So they steal a TIE fighter, and but then they get shot down and crash on the surface of Jakku. So basically, that's it. That's what we see of them. So, BB-8, who was sent away by Poe, she ends up meeting up. He ends up finding Rey, who is a scavenger. Rey, she is just awesome, man. She's self-sufficient. She doesn't need anybody's help. Just love her. She's an amazing character, and she gets even more amazing as the movie goes on. So yeah, basically, Rey's lifestyle was she just finds whatever she can find, and she trades it in for this food called portions. This guy named Unkar Plutz. Yeah, Unkar Plut. He buys all of her stuff. Well, he trades her portions, which is the food that she eats. It's basically this disgusting green sludge that turns into magic ice cream when it's heated up and boiled. Yeah, I think that's really cool. But it's kind of very disgusting, and I don't know how Rey lives that way. Anyway, so basically, Finn wakes up in the wreckage of the TIE fighter. Poe's nowhere to be seen. He'll be back later, spoiler alert. Anyway, so yeah. Finn meets up with Rey, and they're a bunch of ruffians who want to get their hands on BB-8. They were sent by Unklar Plutz. So yeah, basically, I love this fighting scene because when they're trying to escape, they see the Millennium Falcon. Finn's like, how about we use that ship to get out of here? And Rey's like, that ship's garbage. And then the ship that they were going to go on blows up, and she's like, the garbage will do. And then cuts to the Millennium Falcon. Guys, this is amazing. I'm so glad that they just brought this in such amazingly, so amazingly. So yeah, it's just amazing. Anyway, so yeah. As they're trying to escape, they get captured the Millennium Falcon gets captured. And guys, this part is amazing. We have these two people who are iconic characters. You guys already know who they are. Yeah, they get pulled in by a tractor beam, and on the freighter happens to be Han Solo and Chewbacca. This scene is amazing, guys. Han Solo's just like, Chewie, we're home, referring to the Millennium Falcon when they captured it. They had no idea that Finn, Rey, and BB-8 were on it, but they were just like, it was just amazing, guys. I loved how they were introduced into the story. It was just amazing. Okay. So basically, these people who Han, so basically, yeah. Rey, Finn, BB-8 meet Han and Chewie. So they talk about, like, Rey's like, I heard stories about what happened. And Han Solo's like, it's true, all of it. The dark side, the Jedi, they're real. I absolutely love this scene. It's my favorite line of the movie, guys. It's true, all of it. It just shows you how powerful it was. But what it also shows you is that the Jedi, like, they're all myths. Nobody in this generation knows about them. It's kind of sad, to be honest, and that it's just, I don't know, it's just that it's so forgotten. All the Jedi, like, all the things that they did, Luke Skywalker is just forgotten. Yeah. Anyway, so after this, people, some random clans, some random syndicates who Han messed with in between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, they come on they come on to get Han. Like, they happen to be affiliated with the First Order. So yeah, they try to attack Han, Chewie, and Rey, Finn, and BB-8. So yeah, this scene, I don't know. I feel like the raptors, like the monsters, well, basically the monsters called raptors escaped, started chasing everybody, including the syndicate. I don't know. The raptors, yes, they were just a little too CGI to me. I feel like they could have done a little better. J.J. Abrams could have done a little better with those raptors, but to be honest, everything else, I kind of liked the scene. It was pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah. They escape because Rey somehow knows how to fix the Millennium Falcon, and it's just amazing. Yeah, it's just awesome. So basically, they go to a planet, apparently, according to my synopsis that I'm reading from, it's called Dana, and they meet Maz Kanata. Now, okay, I'm gonna say this right now. People don't exactly like Maz Kanata because of her being all CGI. But to be honest, I really like Maz Kanata. I think she is an amazing character. But I want to know how she got a hold of Luke's lightsaber. That's something that I've always been confused about. How did she get Luke's lightsaber? Last time we saw it, it fell into the abyss of Cloud City. Like, how the heck did she get it? And of course, she said that's a story for another time. Thanks a lot, Maz. Anyway, so yeah. After that, they're attacked, and this scene is amazing. It's just amazing. Like, the stormtroopers invade. Rey fights that guy with the electro staff. It's just, I love that scene. He gets, like, he's like, "You traitor!" And then he just takes out his saber, his electro staff, and then they start fighting. Finn gets wrecked, and he's just lying there, and Han Solo shoots the fool who tried to kill Finn, because when you mess with one of the main characters, you die. Okay, man? That's just how it works. Shouldn't have messed with him in the first place. No, anyway, guys, yeah, moving on. Rey goes into the basement, touches the lightsaber, and she gets this vision, and I don't know, I feel like this vision was a little too abrupt. I feel like, I don't know, I didn't really like it. To be honest, I liked how we got to see our first glimpse of the Knights of Ren. I don't have a picture of them in the slideshow. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you just have to look at these pictures for a while. In fact, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, that's. Ooh, no, that's scene from later in the movie. I don't want to show that yet. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I love this scene. It's just amazing how like, yeah, I kind of like the scene, I guess. Like, it's okay, but I don't know. I like the Knights of Ren part, but I feel like it's a little too fast and we don't learn anything. But hey, it's the first movie of a trilogy. We're not going to learn very much. We learn nothing about Darth Vader in A New Hope, so it makes sense. Anyway, so yeah. After this, Finn dons the lightsaber. Rey's like, "No, no, no, no," after she sees the vision. She's like, "No, no, no, I have to get out of here. No way, I have to go back to Jakku." And I'm like, "Rey, you coward. Okay, I get how self-sufficient you were and how you're waiting for your family, but I don't know, Rey. I just don't know." Yeah, and anyway, yeah, the fight scene takes place after that, as I said earlier. Sorry, I'm saying this out of order, guys. I just forgot about the scene. Anyway, yeah, so after this, we get to see General Hux on the snowy, mountainous planet, as it describes in the synopsis. He addresses his legions of First Order stormtroopers. So, basically, this is a Starkiller base, guys. I don't know. I don't really like the Starkiller base because it's, I don't know. I just feel like it's a ripoff of the Death Star. They ripped it off a little too much. I don't know, guys. It just seems a little bit too, yeah, Death Starry. As for, well, I like General Hux. He's a cool character. He's funny. He's like, I like how him and Kylo Ren are always bickering, but that's actually later. But yeah. So basically, he's like, the Republic will be destroyed. So then they shoot a bunch of red beams from the Starkiller base's core belts thing. They shoot these red lasers. They travel to the Hosnian system. They destroy 4 separate planets. One of them looks like Coruscant, and I'm like, at first, was that Coruscant? But later I learned, no, that's Hosnian. That's a Hosnian system. Thank goodness. I love Coruscant because, well, the Republic's destroyed now. Now it's only the Resistance. That's kind of sad. Anyway, so yeah. So Rey rejoins the fight when we get back to, well, the battle on Takudana, however you pronounce it. Tomato. Anyway, so yeah. Han gives Rey a blaster and she's like, I can handle myself. And Han's like, I know, that's why I'm giving this to you. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a father and daughter banter right here. I love it. It's just beautiful to see how quickly Rey and Han just bonded. It's just amazing. So yeah. Eventually, Rey gets pushed deeper into the forest of Takudana, and BB-8 follows her. But Kylo Ren appears. Starts chasing her. Rey tries to shoot him with her blaster. She fails, and then once again we see an amazing new use of the Force. Kylo Ren stops Rey in her tracks and freezes her using the Force. It's just such an unnatural, like, in my opinion, this was the creepiest scene of the movie. It was just so unnatural, like such an unnatural position that she was in. It was just, I don't know. It was a new use of the Force that we never saw before. It was just such a weird thing. But it was new, better, more improved, upgraded. Anyway, after this, Rey gets captured, and she eventually, Ren starts torturing her in the same seat that Poe was in earlier, and yeah, I love this scene because it's just amazing how I don't know, it's just amazing how he's able to probe her mind, but let's save that for later. Right now, I'm going to talk about Poe leading the X-Wings back on to Takudana. I love this scene. Poe, as you can see right here, this is what Poe, looks like. He was just amazing in that scene. He was like, woohoo! And I'm like, that's how you do it. Let's go, Resistance. And I'm actually wearing my Resistance headphones right now. Yeah, that's how much I love the Resistance. Guys, anyway, I just love it. I just love this scene. It's just so beautiful, like, well done, well animated. Basically, the First Order gets wrecked. Kylo Ren, because he was a jerk, they lost. Because he just decided to leave. He was being a freaking jerk. And then, yeah. Han and Leia get reunited after this. They go back to well, no, Leia comes to Taku Dana. Han and Leia get reunited. I just love it. It's just such a beautiful scene. They embrace. It's just they talk about their fallen son, and this is where we learn it was Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, guys, all along. He was Leia and Han's son. This was such a plot twist. I was so surprised by this. I mean, I knew he had to do something. He had something to do with Darth Vader, but I didn't know it was like I didn't know it was grandfather and grandson. I thought it was going to be something completely different. But nope. Grandfather, grandson, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren. He wants to follow in his footsteps. And on Starkiller base, yeah, we get back to Rey. Kylo Ren and Kylo Ren tries to probe Rey's mind. She resists. In fact, going into Kylo Ren's mind as a result, she's like, you fear that you'll never be as strong as Darth Vader. After this, Kylo Ren rages. He goes and just destroys what we can assume are MacBook computers. He just goes, no, they're not MacBooks. No, that's what people joke about, but yeah. He just goes into his quarters and just starts smashing stuff, and I'm like, geez, dude, chill. It was such a funny scene. But yeah, it's when Rey learns she can use the Force, and then a stormtrooper comes in, and then she's just like, and she's just like, you will untie me, and he's like, I don't take orders from you, and she's like, you will untie me and leave the door open. He's like, I will untie you and leave the door open, and he does it, and then just as he's about to leave, she says, and you'll drop your gun. He's like, and I'll drop my gun. That is humor. That is what the originals and the prequels were lacking. But we finally got it in The Force Awakens. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It was just an amazing thing to see all this humor. It's just great. So yeah, basically, they decide to just basically cut back. Finn's like, we need to save them. They're like, okay, we'll do it. That will destroy Starkiller base. And Finn happens to know about it. But now we get to meet the real villain, Supreme Leader Snoke. Kylo Ren's like, oh my god, Master, this girl can use a Force. And this is when you really get to see. Well, wait, no. Hux also rats him out saying, we weren't able to get BB-8. We weren't able to get the secret map to Luke Skywalker because this guy wanted a girl, and they got the girl. And then Ren's like, yeah, and this girl's a Force sensitive. It's good that we got her. And Snoke's like, what? It's just so weird. It's just so weird. It's an amazing scene. Well, to be honest, at first I thought Snoke, when I saw how huge he was, I'm like, what? What? That's way out of proportion. No. No. No! No. I'm like, this cannot be Snoke. No, I do not want a giant Attack on Titan Sith Lord. No. No way. No freaking way. But it turns out it was just a hologram. I was like, oh, thank goodness we don't have a giant Titan thing ruling us. Anyway, so yeah, basically they go blah blah blah, like, yeah, back and forth. And now, Rey, yeah, as you know, she understands Force a lot more, and Han and Chewie, go to the snow planet to try to rescue Rey. And then Finn's like, Guys, by the way, I don't know how to destroy the shields. And, eventually, they, well, yeah, the shields protect the, there's, like, this oscillator BS or something that helps them shield the entire base. I don't know. Yeah, but then they capture Captain Phasma. Then, man, when I see him doing what he's doing to Phasma, he's like, "I'm the boss now. You answer to me now." I love it. Yeah, so they capture Captain Phasma, force her to lower the shields. They managed. Finn and Chewie and Han managed to free Rey, but they discovered they free herself. And yeah, guys, Rey has always been self-sufficient, and she proves it in this scene. It's really cool. And she just hugs Finn, and then I don't know, guys. I think they're gonna be in love. I seriously think they're gonna be in love. Anyway, so yeah, after this, guys, this is a big scene where, of course, Han finds Kylo, and he's like, "Ben!" And I'm like, oh my god. Han, don't, dude, you're gonna die. Don't do it. And we were right. And to be honest, for a second there, Kylo, he was just torn. He's like, "Help me, Father. I don't know what to do. Help me make this choice." And I'm really, like, I feel I myself sense the good in him. Like, as a viewer, I sense the good in him. I know that I'm like, Han, if you work hard enough, you can bring this guy back to the good side. But he ended up failing, just as it seems that he's about to convince Kylo to come back. Han gets speared through the chest. You can see right here in this picture, Kylo, you little jerk, I hate you. I hope you die. I hope Chewie rips you apart. Yeah, speaking of, after Han falls off the bridge, everybody's like, "No!" Chewie's reaction, that's what really, really got me emotional. I'm like, oh my god, this guy just lost his only best friend. This is a reaction of a poor. It was just. And he shoots Kylo Ren, and you could really see Kylo Ren's vulnerability. And then, yeah. The rest of the stuff is. I forget the rest of the stuff, guys. I have the synopsis here, but it's pretty vague. All it says is Pony X-Wing fighters arrived and begin to land torpedoes on the weak point. But it's not enough. Yeah, they basically. They blow up the oscillator. That's what happens before this scene. I'm sorry, guys, I forgot to cover that. And yeah. And to be honest, that was pretty reasonable. I don't think it was too convenient. I think it was a reasonable way to destroy the thing. But yeah, it's kind of sad though, seeing Han die, and he falls. And yeah, so basically after that, Rey and Kylo fights. This scene was amazing, guys. I loved it. Rey was running away. Wait, I'm sorry. No. We have to step back. Finn ignites his lightsaber to go fight Kylo, and then gets completely wrecked. He gets sliced in the spine, and then, yeah. Then Rey wakes up from her. She was knocked unconscious. She wakes up, summons. Well, Kylo's like, "Give me the lightsaber." Like, the lightsaber is stuck in the snow. He tries to use the Force to get it, but then Rey calls it to her hand instead and ignites it, and and is like, this is my destiny. I am going to fight you, defeat you, and bring balance to the Force. So they fight, and here we learn that Kylo Ren is rusty. He is vulnerable. Oh, and his vulnerability, Rey was able to exploit. She just completely wrecked him, sliced his face up, maybe even got an arm, I don't remember. But yeah. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Oh yeah, so after this, the destruction of the Starkiller base is brought about when um not Han, Poe and the rest of the X-wings start destroying, like start shooting it, start shooting the weak spot, and then Chewie comes to pick up Finn and Rey, and when you see Chewie just alone in the cockpit of the Falcon, you're like, this is really sad. Furthers the emotion felt when Han died. It's just super sad to see Chewie without his best friend, whom he owed a life debt to, and then just died. Anyway, so yeah, then, hang on one sec, I have to answer a text. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, after this, it was like blah blah blah. Hux spoke to Snoke, which in this furthers the point. Like Hux is like, they started to destroy this battle station, and Snoke's like, oh, that's okay, no big deal, no big deal. Just make sure Kylo Ren gets back to me for more training. To complete his training. And then you guys see right there, that confirms that Kylo Ren is undertrained. He has no idea what he is doing. He is just, no. He's just not even a good Jedi. He's just, a good Sith Lord. He's just rusty. And, messed up. His powers, his powers are way out of tune. Unlike Rey, who had just picked up a lightsaber that day, was able to defeat him easily. It was a little bit of a challenge for her, but it wasn't as much of a challenge. It wasn't as much of a challenge as it was for It obviously wasn't as much of a challenge as it was for Luke to defeat Vader in Return of the Jedi. And it really should have been more of a challenge than that. Like, Luke raged. It should have been more of a challenge than that, but no, it wasn't, because Kylo Ren is an amateur Sith Lord. He has, he has some training, but not a lot. Okay. So yeah, then we learn that, it turns out Kylo Ren was a Jedi under the training of Luke Skywalker. He killed all the other students, all of his peers, because he was seduced to the dark side by Snoke. And I feel like, yeah, I knew it. Like, Snoke, it's all Snoke's fault. I knew that since the very moment we were introduced to Snoke, yeah. Basically, after this, the Starkiller base gets destroyed. Fly back, we see Rey and Leia embracing, and yeah, I love the scene. It just seems like Leia, it's a genuine hug, as if Rey is family to Leia. It's just beautiful. I love it. It's just amazing how close these Resistance people are. Even Rey, who would just join the Resistance. And then... So I didn't mention R2 and C-3PO. That was on purpose, guys. Like, I feel like they were... I didn't mention R2 being shut down. Like, I feel like... I included this picture of C-3PO just for the sake of it. As you can see, he has that red arm. I'm gonna allow some speculation for what that is below. He just said we don't even know how he got it. He just said he just got it. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Yeah, I didn't mention C-3PO because, I don't know, I didn't really like him in this movie. He got in the way of Han and Leia when they got reunited. I just didn't like him. In this context, in this movie. But what I did like, well, and here's the thing with R2. As you guys know, in the third act, R2 wakes up out of nowhere, and he has the rest of the map to Luke Skywalker. And to be honest, I feel like this is a little too convenient. I don't know, guys. I didn't really like it. It was just a little too... I don't know, guys. I just didn't really like it. As you can see here, BB-8. I liked how he had the first piece. I wish they could have gone on maybe a quest, more of a quest, instead of them just destroying Starkiller base. Like, I wish they could have just gone on more of a quest to find the rest of the pieces, and then R2 would have the final piece. But I don't know about him having all the pieces. It just seems a little too. And as for him waking up, I think Luke did that. Yeah, like Luke shut him down when he touched R2's head in Rey's vision. He shut him down, and he used the Force to turn him back on to have the rest of them find him. So yeah, after this, we know Finn is still alive because Rey's like, we'll meet each other again, my friend, before she departs. To head to, Luke. But she kisses his head, and I'm like, yes, you guys are in love. You're gonna have to, fall in love in the next movie. You're gonna have to kiss. You're gonna have to get this on. Yeah, guys, so Rey, after this, heads over and, she meets Luke on the Falcon along with Chewie and R2, and I'm like, why just Chewie and R2? Why don't, like, wouldn't Leia want to see her brother? I don't get it. I get that she's a general and she's in high demand for the Resistance, but I don't know. I feel like it would have been a more powerful moment if they sent Leia with them. Anyway, that's just my opinion. And also, I feel like, just why Chewie? Also, I mean, I get that Chewie's a main character, but I don't know, guys. I'm just like, why Chewie? Once again, that's my opinion. And wow, this video is getting way too long. I see this icon saying it's almost 40 minutes. I'm sorry about this, guys. I did not mean it for it to go this long. In fact, this is probably one of the worst reviews you've ever seen. Anyway, end of the movie. Rey hands over the lightsaber to Luke. I'm like, yes. 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 Rey, that is your father. Luke's just like, how in the world did you find me, girl? What are you doing here? Like, I'll show you the scene. Wait, never mind. Guys, he's like, how in the world did you find me, daughter? What are you doing here? And I'm just like, heck yeah. This is an amazing scene. And then, end of the movie. Great movie. Star Wars The Force Awakens, guys. First movie in 10 years since Revenge of the Sith. It was amazing. I just loved it. But as for my rating, I don't know. I feel like The idea for the Starkiller base ruined it. At first I would have given it a 10, but then there was way too much stuff mirroring A New Hope, so that ruined it. That makes me have to give it an 8.5. That is second only to Empire Strikes Back, which got a 9.5. But yeah guys, that's my rating, that's my opinion, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Bog Guy, signing off. Peace.